Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of our Legend of the Five Rings, Bone, Blade, and Blood Chronicle. My name is Will. I'm the Rebels Archon on the internet, and I will be your storyteller this evening. Last, we left off with our samurai. We opened up where we had left off from the previous episode with the boys in front of the Naga as a second Naga erupted out of the water around them. We established that the Naga are not an established group in Rokugan, and they managed to parley with them for a little bit. They learned that the Naga have been at war with the shapeshifters, and they heard them discuss in their language what to do with them, and decided to show them the positions where the shapeshifters had attacked them from on the other side of the river. Uh, they felt them act in balance with the Kami, much like the Shugenja do, and the Soshi called on an air Kami to send a message across the river telling his superior what he had learned, that the spider demons had been what the spider demons had found, and that the damaging the river and the potential loss for life is high. Doji and the attendants are doing what they can. When they got across the river, back to the village side of things, they could see that the fireworks were being tested for the opening ceremony, so the Kenpuku ceremony the following day. They came upon a small group of houses and the people that live in them outside of the village, a bit to the north. It did not appear to belong to the village proper or the rest of the empire for that matter. And though they did notice that they dropped to their knees in reverence when they appeared. They discovered that they had walked into a bit of a trap, actually, um, as they didn't know who the emperor was. They were approached by one of them, and as they directed them to back off, um, they saw the magistrate's skin melt off of their bodies and turn into skeletons in front of them, and then they were assaulted by the skeletons as they tried to figure out what to do. Um, they saw a figure of obsidian once they fought off the hallucination, and I use the term very loosely. They found a figure of obsidian sitting in the center of the houses in a bowl of earth and burnt remnants of what appeared to be a feather, some hair, and of course blood sitting in the center of the bowl. The doji looked down at his wound and saw that he was still hurt from the hallucination he had, and he heard Agurro mention that to them they had looked like they had just become catatonic, which didn't fit at all with what the Soshi and the doji had seen. Um, as the Soshi drank some of the sake he had for healing, he learned that the kami here are reluctant to help. They are keeping their distance from this little village. They saw that their wounds didn't glow with the presence of jade, so they could feel that they were not tainted by their attacks. And the doji noticed that there was an attempt made to create an altar, but it wasn't anything major. Um, they learned that this was done within the last couple of days, and the Soshi decided to check the area of the sacrifice around the obsidian shape to see if he could find anything. So Agurro and Tamori were about to smash the obsidian until Soshi mentioned protecting the crane from himself, and then managed to convince the two of them and the others to go along with the crane as well. After he was left alone, Soshi saw the shadow creature emerge from the obsidian statue's shadow and pulled the pinky finger off of one of the hands. The scorpion offered up all of the fingers to the shadow, and he saw that as the fingers were claimed, the shadow creature kind of slinked back into his shadow instead. He called on the power of the shadow arm to check the truth of the obsidian statue, and he found that it has no powers. It is a cursed object, and there is no real way to safely rid themselves of it, but there's nothing tainted about it. Uh, the doji noticed that the footprints of the people leaving the collection of houses and that they ended up vanishing and becoming conical, almost like the spiders that they're used to fighting. And he also noticed that they appeared like they left in a hurry. He looked to the waterfalls, trying to spot something behind them, and from the closest ones, nothing was visible. But the ones further up the land, more to the north, closer to like the mountain range that is called the Spine of the World, um, you could see that some of them were much larger, much darker, that they could be hiding something behind them. Um, And as the group was heading up to the waterfalls, we left off with them going to investigate, and we pick up a with Sans a Soshi tonight. It's just our little dragon and our crane. It's good to see both of you again.
Hello.
So you've hiked up the the bit of the climb up into the higher levels, and you've come across a waterfall that easily is 100 to 150 feet wide. It is almost twice that in height. It is massive. The pool that it empties into is beautiful, clear water. You can see the small fish that kind of congregating in schools, just kind of becoming little shadowy masses as they dash off at your presence. Um, the air here is sweet, the but it's also um, not stagnant, but it is kind of pungent. You can smell the ripening fruit on the trees as spring is coming, but you can also smell the decayed fruit that kind of fell over the winter and kind of was not picked up by scavengers or anything. So there's a mixture of the sweetness of the fruits coming in and um, the decay of the fruits that were abandoned. But behind this massive waterfall, you can see that the earth has been carved. There is a massive structure, um, not structure, but a massive kind of hole that leads further into the earth behind the waterfall.
A hole like a cave?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It is a
But I
wide
don't know if it
arc.
was like a spelunking cave, like a this way or this way.
No, it descends. It's not a sharp angle,
Fun.
but it does
Fun.
descend into the earth.
I hate
Um,
that.
it doesn't it doesn't look like this was man-made. It does look a little more natural because it extends almost the entirety of, as far as the opening is concerned, it goes from one side of the waterfall to the other. But at its highest, it's only maybe 15 feet tall towards the center. Otherwise, it kind of tapers off really fast. Um, doesn't look uniform at all. So it does appear more natural. Um, but it does go down, like I said, at maybe like a 10-degree, 15-degree at the most in certain places. And it looks like where it does differ, um, it looks like it's a choice. Like somebody carved a, a larger angle for ease of transport, something going down or something coming up. But it does have a central groove to it, almost like a slide,
Mm-hmm.
like a rough earthen slide. Um, so you could descend uh, the gradual slope, or you could throw yourselves down the slide.
I don't like any of that. Peter, your mic is off.
First of all, it probably looks dark down there, right?
It does, yeah.
Did anyone pack torches, or are we making them?
No, you can already hear the sound of rocks being struck together as Agurro is
Oh, okay.
lighting a lantern.
Perfect.
Oh, I thought like somebody was already lighting lanterns inside of the cave, and I was like, nah, we're not going in the cave.
I was about to be like, no.
We're done already.
Mr. Griffin not here.
No, he's not here. We're good. So, spelunking. Peter, how do you feel about that? I hate it.
Agreed.
I don't know if Tamori would be scared of small dark spaces, to be honest. but they don't necessarily like every type of animal. I know they're afraid of
really
horses.
that small. It's 15 feet high.
Correct, but it's also going downwards. So, like, how much bigger could it be?
I don't know if the dragon ever had a problem going down, but that's a different subject.
Oh my god!
Mm.
We're talking about the dragon, not me, Peter.
Ooh.
Sorry. Okay, we have one lantern, right? Did anybody? Oh, with this the Sukenja. Do they have any magic that could do like light magic?
Light magic.
The Isawa, excuse me, the Isawa, you see them kind of rip part of their kimono off, and they take some of the light from Agurro's lantern, and you do see this little orb of fire just erupt in their palm.
Mm-hmm.
For a little bit of chanting, and you see that they wrap the cloth kind of like zigzagging around their fingers to kind of feed it to the fire very slowly.
So
But
their fists are on fire?
well, the palm of her hand is on fire. But
Lovely.
she does look confused, and she looks up at the group as a whole, and she's just like, I apologize. I'm so used to this being so much larger. We might still be in an area where the kami are not as friendly towards us.
Well, that's unfortunate, since
Do
we
I
only have...
feel my air kami around me, or is it gone?
Not at all.
Perfect.
Not
I
like
like any of this. I like any of this.
that.
I might eat my raisins. I don't like none of this.
But Agurro steps forward. He's got his lantern held up.
Tamori is glued to the lantern, for sure.
Okay.
Like, glued to Agurro with the lantern.
What
Yeah,
I find interesting is that a group of shape changers that takes the form of a spider made a slide.
Dude, Chewie's not giving you nothing. He's like,
Agurro actually kind of looks down and is like, "Oh, that does look like a slide," and he hands you the
no!
lantern.
Hold on.
No!
No, wait a minute.
Hold
This is
on,
the
no,
reason why
I
I'm
grabbed
saying-
too.
This is the reason why I'm saying this.
Mhm.
We just spoke with two creatures whose bodies would work perfectly in a slide.
Oh,
They might be setting us up. They may not have been as forthcoming as we had hoped.
you see him start to get down, like he's about to throw himself down the slide. He's like, well, "There's only one way to find out."
You're right.
Hey,
There
like,
is only
literally-
one way to find out, and I get right behind him.
God damn it. God fucking damn it. Alright, well, I'm holding on
He
to his
goes down.
collar.
He goes down.
I go with him.
I go right behind him. And when I say it, I even go Kenpai.
And then I literally hit the back of your head when you said disciplining a child.
And you hear like the other attendant just kind of like, should we go with them? And the Soshi's like,
Yeah.
no, please. Rashness is not the better part valor this time. I recommend, and it trails off as you slide down this massive earthen slide. You start to feel your behinds getting wet from water that's
Love it.
now coming
Love it.
into this. You can hear droplets kind of zooming by. You can hear like other natural. There's definitely some kind of water rushing behind the rock here. Some kind of natural channel or something. But as you come down, you do splash into a small pool.
How deep?
Maybe 2 or 3 inches.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, we were like swimming.
That's
like,
like
great.
a puddle.
Okay, cool. Yeah, but yeah.
as the light from your lantern kind of reflects off of the pool, you start to see a bluish green light above you just start to flourish and kind of open up almost like dominoes, and you see that there is a kind of moss or lichen on the roof that is reacting to the light.
Like
And
bioluminescent?
yeah,
Okay.
completely bioluminescent and just beautiful. It's hauntingly beautiful.
I actually
Um,
look up and let out a wow.
Listen, I'm sure Tamori is very enamored with everything that's happening, but Chewie already said that something bad is going to happen, and now I'm on edge this entire time.
Nothing that could have just been me throwing you a curveball. So you,
No, I'm sure it is.
um, but uh, as you stand up, and you are bathed in this small glow of orange and yellow from beneath you, and then this blue green above you. You hear voices hushing themselves. You can hear something moving in the darkness. Excuse me, beyond, and what sounds like the creaking of metal.
Metal.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Okay. Can
I stand with my back to both of their backs.
Mm-hmm.
So we are looking all around us.
You are the one with the light, so
I am?
mm-hmm.
Oh, well then
Guru gave it to you.
okay, then I'm holding it up.
Yep.
can I please roll
Mm.
my investigation?
Yeah. What do you wanna roll for? What are you trying to investigate?
Just want to know what the fuck is happening.
Okay.
um,
So you just kind of like want to see.
the lay of the land, basically, of the fucking pool in the spelunking in the whatever.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Go for it. You are trained
Why can't I
in
see?
investigation, so you would need to roll the middle d20 for trained.
Why can't I see my thingy?
Do you have the chat open?
Yeah, weird.
Okay, I can see it.
What say? I can't see shit. How weird.
It is weird. You rolled a 15.
Now what does that do?
I mean, that's par for the course with your numbers. Um,
Actually, it's a little above average.
you know what? You're right. It is above. It is above average. I'm impressed with you and your ability to roll beyond the 10.
Thanks. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You kind of take advantage of the fact that the doji has the light behind you,
Mm-hmm.
and so that helps you to kind of narrow in on what's out beyond where the bioluminescence is kind of like starting to fade into nothingness, into that blackness.
Mm-hmm.
You're not sure if it's because the lichen aren't getting enough light, or if that's just as far as they grow out. Um, but it looks like there are cages hanging from the ceiling of this cavern. And
Mm-hmm.
this cavern
Mm-hmm.
is maybe about 30 feet high, 35 feet high. Um, so you are comfortable here at your full height. Um, but just with a little bit of green and blue that you have from the lichen above you, there you can see the tops of the domed iron cages, at least the two that are closest to you.
Okay.
Um, and then you see something kind of duck down. And there's a moment where you see that kind of shimmer that you get from a cat in darkness when you
Mm-hmm.
shine a light.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There's a pair of eyes in each of the cages.
Cool. So you see something ducked down as in the cage, not in the actual
No,
cave,
in the
ducking from
cage.
the cage. Because I was like, oh, so you have something like 40 feet tall.
No, it is in the cage.
Okay. So, should I be rash like everyone else has been,
Mhm.
or be contained?
That's the question.
Tamori slowly reaches down into the pool and tries to find a pebble.
Easy enough.
Easy enough. Perfect. I'm gonna shoot my lovely athletics roll and try to hit the cage with my pebble to see if it makes a clang.
Do it.
Do it. Look, Peter doesn't give a fuck. He's leaving.
He doesn't give a fuck.
Look, I fucking hit that shit.
You made a trained roll. 20. Hot damn. Look at you.
Mm-hmm. Hey, if everyone's gonna be stupid, I'm gonna be stupid too.
Correct. This is why I sent him down the slide. Like a major league baseball pitcher, you bring your knee up, your hands come up, and immediately as you chuck this pebble out towards the cage, you hear it hit, and you hear the sound of metal clanging, and then the pebble drops. You hear it kind of clatter on the floor. It is stone against stone, but you do hear the gasp.
A gasp.
Yeah.
Not like an animal noise, a gasp.
No, like a human has gasped.
Uh-oh, spaghettios. Okay. So then so now that we know that it might be
A person?
a person.
Persons?
Persons, but with glowing eyes? That doesn't sound good. Alright.
They
Tamori.
reflected light.
They did, but you said like a cat. I'm picturing my eyes would not do the same thing that a cat would do. So,
I mean, with bright flashes, human eyes do reflect.
they do, but not like, are you, so like regular human eyes or cat eyes? Different.
The
I have cats.
I know you do. The vibrancy at the distance you were in is there's no way to tell whether they're
Alright,
animalistic or humanistic.
fuck it. I'm introducing myself. Tamori takes a step forward and calls out to the people in the cages.
Ooh, okay.
Mhm.
So you call out, and you immediately hear a couple of voices. Shh, shh, shh. Quiet.
Perfect.
I'm glad that's perfect for you.
Yeah, perfect for me. So I ask Agurro. Let's take a step back. I whisper to Agurro. I'm not sure if these people are.
He is shaking, by the way, when you grab him.
He's shaking? No! Okay. Oh no. Calm down, buddy. Oh shit. I don't know if we can reach them, but I'm hopeful that we could potentially save them. I'm assuming there's something in this fucking cave that we're going to have to battle, but how would we get up to the cages?
The cages, there has to be a mechanism to bring them down because they had to be put up there.
So, are you saying that we should search the walls?
Yes.
Okay. So we all split up to search the walls then?
No, we're not splitting up. We're staying together because we're not stupid.
I mean,
You went down the you went the slide. You just went in.
To keep the group together.
Keep
Duh.
the group together.
he's got a point. The three musketeers are together.
Exactly. The three competent ones who at least could trust each other are together. Because we cannot trust the scorpion to throw, as far as I can throw him.
Oh god. Okay.
He has done nothing to you
Yeah, he has.
yet.
Yet.
Um.
Tell the tortoise. Tell the tortoise.
Ooh, too soon.
So then I grab Agurro in one hand, and then the other hand, Peter's directly behind me, so it's like my hand behind my back.
Mhm.
And we're
No,
walking.
Well, I'm walking next to you, but I have to hold up the lamp.
Okay. Well, we're walking towards my forward, not your forward.
Agreed.
Okay. As you start to come forward towards the cages,
Actually, as they're walking forward, I'm walking backwards, keeping
What?
my back to them in case
Oh,
anything
okay.
comes up behind us.
yeah.
Okay.
If Tomori then
Yeah.
could,
What?
could give me an investigation roll.
I will.
I'll roll for Agurro.
Well, fuck me. But
9. Wow, I rolled terrible for him too.
yo, a bunch of fucking the competent ones. Is that what you call this, Peter?
The competent ones.
I said the competent one. That would be me.
Oh, the competent one.
You see that? See how
Oh,
quickly
I
he
heard.
fucking
Oh,
changed the
I
story?
feel. Wow, the wheels on the bus. They really do go round and round on my back.
But I haven't. The thing is that I'm trusting you both to be able to keep an eye out, and apparently, I can't.
Right.
Apparently I can't.
Uh, Immediately as the light comes in and a new patch of the bioluminescent lichen kind of comes to life with the reflection, you do see that there's about 6 cages so far that are visible in this cavern. The pool does become a little bit deeper now. You're looking at about 6-7 inches of water. And as the blue and green light extends outward and starts to show you what's in the cages, to Tamori and Aguro, it looks like kids. Maybe like 12, 13, 14. Almost the same size as Doji's child. They look like they've been definitely subjugated to some kind of torture. Like, you're not sure, but there's darkening around the eyes and arms. It almost looks like they've been beaten. And there's a moment where Guro stops and immediately puts out his hand, almost almost with the same kind of urgency that a parent would have done if they had to stop the car really quickly. Like, that hand shoots out to the passenger to prevent you from flying forward, and he points down as Doji brings the lantern closer. The reflection in the water is not of children. It's of Naga.
Oh shit! The shapeshifters have been capturing Naga. Remember, the Naga said that they've been fighting the shapeshifters.
Mm-hmm.
Correct?
But why didn't they tell us that some of them have been being captured? You would think that's something they would tell us. But remember, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Because we never saw any of the shapeshifters, but we know their true form is a spider, not a Naga. So
And
this is something
as you
later.
bring the light into their field of vision, like, you see all of them scoop back against the rear of their cages. There's fear in their face.
Do I remember the name of the Naga that we met? The name he gave us.
Did he give you a name? I don't
I don't
remember.
remember.
I don't
I
remember
don't
him
remember
giving you a name.
if he gave us a name. Damn it.
I don't remember.
I wrote it down because just in case one of you asked, but I don't think any of you asked.
Hmm. I feel like Peter always asks.
I'm shocked I didn't ask, but okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they also don't count as civilians for Rokugani Empire, so I don't know if you would have held true to the civilities of what comes with being a samurai.
Heck, I gave one of them a shallow bow.
Yeah, but I don't think you gave them your name.
No, I don't remember, dude. I really
Yeah.
don't, but okay. Crap. We are here hunting down the spider shapeshifters. You are not our enemy or our prey.
The closest ones to you immediately bring their hands up to their mouth. They're it's very evident that they don't know Rokugani custom for shushing, so they don't know the symbology, the symbolism of
Mm-hmm.
finger coming up. So they immediately bring their hands up. You meet it.
Perfect.
Can I do maybe an etiquette to see what they're trying to tell me?
No.
Or investigation? Maybe because
Um,
it's like pantomime.
yeah, yeah. I think that you're intelligent enough to put the pieces together without rolling.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
Then as soon as I do that, I look at both of them and I actually give them the.
Mm-hmm.
And then I look at the Naga and I go,
No, that's the Naga are the children, my guy.
yeah, I look at the children.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I point around, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I do this to them. So then they could tell me maybe where they went, the shapeshifters. Because I think what they're telling
Oh.
me is to be quiet so I don't draw the shapeshifters.
Uh, the one that appears as a male um, steps forward like he looks like he's kind of inching forward on his knees. His reflection shows him kind of slithering,
Mm-hmm.
kind of coming up, clumping forward, slithering forward, and then clumping up. um and he looks like that hurts him, like he's in pain. uh but he holds out his hand and he says,
Mm. How
looks
the
like
fuck are we gonna
there's
get up there?
3 up. And in that little gap between the lichen patches, you now notice that there is a cavern, kind of tunnel that shoots straight up. You read it.
I don't see how we're going to climb up there.
No. How far are the cages from my head and Agurro's head?
Oh, they come to like where your chin is.
Oh, awesome. I'm gonna try to free these fucking kids.
While they do that,
Mhm.
I will be with my back to them.
Yeah.
With the lantern in front of me. I'm just, if anything comes up.
Okay.
I'm gonna climb up on top of Agurro, and I'm gonna use my stealth to try to unlock the first kiddo. Ready, set?
Okay,
Okay, it's
let's
not
see what
horrible.
happens. See what happens. 14. And you are trained, excuse me, in stealth.
Yeah, excuse you.
Uh, 14.
Do I have to use like, I don't know if it would be like sleight of hand or anything when it comes to like jimmying the lock?
It would be sleight of hand. How do you have ranks in sleight of hand?
Because I'm a sneaky motherfucker and I can get them the fuck out of this fucking cage.
Well, hold on. How sturdy are these cages? Because that dragon is strong as hell.
Yeah.
I literally already unlocked it because I
Yeah.
got a 31.
31.
Hold on. Are
That's
you
the-
sure that you're a samurai and not some, like,
I'm a little sneaky motherfucker.
That's the
Apparently.
highest roll I've ever seen you do.
You're lucky that my back is to you and I did not see
Mhm.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, and Agurro didn't see it either. He's trying not to pay attention to the fact that your crotch is in the back of his head. Uh,
Focus on the children. Focus on the children.
sure. um, but you pull out the little kind of makeshift lock picks that you have from your van braces, and you jam one into the keyhole, and then you jam the other one, and the second you even finesse for who is Tamori. The moment you finesse them, you hear that click, and it opens.
Reach my hands out to try to like coerce the child to get it in my arm so I can put it down.
The moment you open the cage, like you see his eyes widen, and as it does, you see the facade of this human wash away, and you see the Naga for what it is. They're like almost 6 feet long.
Mhm.
But this is the first time you've ever seen a Naga this close.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about them?
I know that Tamori's not afraid of snakes and I don't think that Tamori's afraid of many things that aren't mammals. Spiders give them the creeps, but their main qualms is fucking horses and like big mammals. So snakes, I'm sure there was like a slight gasp at first, like a very low one, but they're not horrified of it, so they're just like, all right,
okay,
come on.
So the Naga, the small Naga, slithers forward as best as possible, puts its hands on your shoulders, and you can feel, even though this thing is like an adolescent, there is a vast amount of difference between how you feel when you put your hands on somebody's shoulders and the amount of power that this creature has compared to you. And you can feel Agurro buckle as the thing starts to kind of let itself dangle out of the cage, and its body comes down onto yours and starts to slide down. And if you've ever felt a snake before, that feeling of
it's not slimy, even though that's one of the verbs that a lot of people, or adjectives that a lot of people use.
Yeah, no.
Okay. I cannot remember. Is Agurro afraid of snakes?
Agurro is, yes.
Okay, so as I'm on his shoulders, I cover his mouth and eyes. While the Naga is slithering down.
Yeah, the moment he feels the extra weight, you feel his head kind of shifting upward, and immediately his eyes widen, his mouth is about to open as one hand comes down and covers his eyes, and then the other hand just kind of cups the bottom of his chin and holds, like just pulls on the eye socket to just kind of keep his mouth shut.
And I double over just a little bit so that like my chest is on top of his head to give just like a little comfort in this time of need. I'll help out a brother out a little bit.
Yeah, how very muscle mommy of you.
You know.
Do I see? Well, I see the snake. I
see
the Naga coming down.
You're looking back. Remember, you want us to keep your eyes on the back.
Yeah, part. I know, but
okay.
You hear the click. You hear the click of the cage opening, and you hear the sound of that rusted kind of iron as the cage doors open. And so I could say that easily, given your training, that you could look down and see the reflection of the Naga kind of slithering onto Tamori and Agurro. And you do see that kind of the buckling that Agurro was doing just kind of suddenly stops as his body goes. It just becomes immediately tense. And he has surpassed fright entirely. Like he is in the neighborhood of terror right now. And he is
Yep.
so terrified that he has gone completely frozen.
Agurro, breathe. I just say breathe.
Shut your fucking mouth, Peter. I did such a good job getting this one fucking child.
And as soon as the
Mm.
as soon as the Naga gets all the way down,
Mm.
I will look at him and go help free the others, I guess. Oh no! How did they get the cage up there? I whisper it. How did they get the cages up there?
It looks at you for a moment, and you can see that it's trying to decipher the language. And then it just shakes its head.
These
And
barbaric creatures don't even understand Rokugani.
it holds its hands out like a spider, and then it just motions.
How many more cages we got?
That you can see, there's 5 more.
Fuck. Okay.
But the moment that it touches the water, you see it just kind of like put its entire body down.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's lying down in the water, and some of the bruising starts to heal over. Some of the discoloration starts to heal itself, and you can see that there is a very
Interesting.
fundamental connection between them and the water.
I'm trying to listen. Do I hear our companions coming down?
Yeah, you can hear the slats of the lacquered armor coming louder.
They're making a lot more noise than we are.
Yep. And I was about to say artist. Tamori whispers to Agurro, next cage, and just tries to like move him to the next one.
You just feel the head shaking.
Agurro!
Girl, we can't leave these. Well, we can leave them.
You better be
die,
fucking whispering. You
but
better
we
be
shouldn't
you loud
leave
mouth.
them here to die. Agurro, you face down Uni.
He is
Just move to the next cage.
He is a statue. Like his body, you've known him for almost your entire life. Like Tamori has known him for a good extended period of time.
Mm-hmm.
His body is frozen. Like the fact that he moved his head to say no is a miracle. Like he is full on terror.
Hold on. Do we still have Saki or no?
He might have sake on him.
Okay. I get off of him to try to feel around his back because he normally keeps it on his back, right?
On his belt.
On his belt. Okay. Well, I'm gonna feel around his belt to see if he has any sake.
You're muted, Pete.
Okay. Well,
there you go.
While they're doing this,
Yeah. Well,
I'm going to. Is there any place dry for me to put the lantern on?
Probably not.
Not anywhere in the pool itself. You would have to go to one of the walls. So that would definitely separate you by a good 20 feet from them.
Oh, well, I kind of want to be separated because I have an idea, but I can't be holding the lantern to do it.
Okay.
To me.
Okay, I give you the lantern.
Okay. One hand holding, one hand belt socket looking.
Well, I mean, you have the lantern now, so you can see where his gourd is.
Okay. Where is it?
That's not a euphemism for something else.
Where is it?
Just off his left hip, where like if he was a police officer, a gun would be.
Okay.
Like it just kind of dangles there.
So I grab it. I take the cork off with my teeth, and we're the same height, right? I don't have to like.
Yeah,
I don't have to like.
You're the same height. Like perfect. When he sees what you're doing, like his eyes widen.
Mm-hmm.
Like he is, and you see him like just darting at all the cages, and then he looks back at you. He's just like,
okay. So what I'm gonna do is, and I know what's coming, because our allies are coming down and they're making noise.
Mm-hmm.
I will step backwards into the shadows and place myself where when those spiders come down that tunnel to come to our friends, I can And I don't care if I have to catch them by surprise. It's not like these things it's not like I have to show them any honor. I can stab them in the back. They're monsters. I don't care.
Yeah.
So I will give you a stealth.
Okay.
Because I'm also a sneaky bastard.
Oh, are you trained in stealth too?
Yes.
You son of a bitch.
34.
24. You can't hear him do shit. Can't hear him do shit.
Can't see this, bro? He's so small, he just disappears. Small boy.
I'm holding one thingy, and then I put the mouth and tip it for a swig for Agurro. I put the cork back, and then I try to like attach it to his belt and just like grab his face, and I'm like, because I can't say anything, even though Peter's talking up a fucking storm. I don't say anything, and then I point to the next cage.
Very slowly. You don't even see the foot come up, it just slides forward. He swallows incredibly hard, and then the next foot slides forward as well. You just hear that kind of sound of the water being moved. But there's no splashing. You're not sure if he's refusing to actually raise his foot to step out of concern for the noise, or if this is the best he can do in the moment that he's in.
Hey, whatever works. Whatever works.
But you see him takes his 4 or 5 steps as slow as is possible for him, and he just puts himself underneath the next cage, and he just shakes his head.
I put the lantern in his hand and then climb up his back, and then do I use stealth and sleight of hand together again, or do I just sleight of hand it?
Just sleight of hand.
All right. Fuck yeah.
22. Same thing, man. You jam both your pieces in, and the moment you even move one of them, like as a flinch or as a reaction, you hear the click. Like, these are not state of the art. These have been here forever. They're aged, rusted over. And the moment that the door opens, the young boy inside drops his facade, and you see the same kind of naga, same kind of coloration of scales around the eye, like a crescent of yellow that the other one has. It's almost like this is a tribal mark, you imagine. But it does the same thing. Like, it grabs you. You feel the sudden shift in Agurro's stance as he tries to hold on.
I do the same. I jaw.
And you hear him just taking a deep breath, and then he lets it out as slow as is humanly possible through his nose.
I let go of his jaw to like pat his head while it's finishing going down.
But same thing. This one also lies down, almost face down on the water, just letting its body kind of wash itself in the water. And the same thing starts to happen. You can see the wound starting to close. The discoloration starts to right itself. And Agurro shivers as he sees the two of them now, full snake bodies, next to him.
Doing so well. Doing so well. Is there a way I can roll for the next 4 cages so we don't have to do this one by one?
The moment that you start to push him towards the next cage, you see the light from the Shugenja come into the cavern, and its brightness is almost 4 or 5-fold that of the lantern. And so there is this explosion of blue and green light that illuminates the entire cavern.
Fiscadius.
All the lichen has been awakened here, and then you hear the sound of pebbles scattering from above you, and you start to hear that clacking sound of them kind of ricocheting down the tunnels, and then you hear the splashing, 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 as something above you has been disturbed by the light. And you hear this roar that almost feels like it shakes the actual cavern.
Okay, I like get into a stance because now I'm waiting for it.
Yeah. Agurro.
Oh, let me pull out my book.
That's what I was afraid of.
Ah, shit.
You see the roar shakes the cavern.
Mm-hmm.
The people that are still in the cages just shrink down, almost like they are like they are Agurro. They are terrified of what's coming, and the two in the water immediately shoot up and slither towards the
Oh, yeah.
darkest corner.
Probably where I am.
No,
No,
they're moving away from wherever any of you are. And then the moment that they start to slither away, you see a Agurro kind of look at them. He turns his head like he's about to scream, and then his whole body starts to convulse,
shit.
and he just collapses back into Tamori's hands as he is having an epileptic seizure.
Great.
And you see this monstrous crab-like spider creature just descend into the cavern.
Is there anything I can do with medicine for him? I know it's an epileptic. I can never say that word. I know this is seizure, but is there anything medically that you can? I mean, Rokugan knowledge that I can do to help him, because I have something in medicine.
The helping him would require you staying with him while his seizure takes over his body. So you could look after him, but that would be the only thing you're doing.
Just look after him.
You sure, Peter? I don't like that.
Just look after him. I'll protect both of you.
Okay, do I roll medicine or what?
I mean, he's had a seizure before.
Yeah. So I
turned out
fine. Stupid question. Like, when someone has a seizure, all you do is you lay their head in your lap so they don't hurt themselves, right?
And you keep them from swallowing their tongue.
That's not a real thing anymore. That's not. No, it's not medically. But I mean, that might be something in Rokugan that they think happens.
Rokugan, you probably grab something, roll it up, and
put it in his mouth. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so whatever I have.
Actually, I forgot the movie I saw this in. His Wakasashi, the Tabuso.
Okay.
So you can bite down on it. Very samurai thing to do.
Yeah.
Then let's. I mean, do I roll for it or do I just do it?
No, you can do it. I'm not gonna make you roll for it.
I'm gonna do it.
Who knows when you roll like a 4?
I want to know. It's a 9.
There it is.
There. It's not a 4.
It's not. A little bit more than twice. But the thing comes down with this tremendous thundering thud. Water goes everywhere. It splashes against Tamori's face. It splashes against a girl's face. It doesn't quite make it to where Doji is hidden himself in the shadows. And from the looks of it, this is not the same creature you fought in Shiromori Sato. This is very different. In Shiromori Sato, they were centauric spiders. They had the top half of human, the bottom half, and the abdomen of a spider. This looks like it has the face of a human protruding from the body of a crab. And where its ears would be, you see these 2 human arms that are clawed and a little bit webbed. but you do see the 4 and 4 legs on either side that end in these very sharp conical points.
Good girl.
They're barbed.
He's saying "good girl" to his dog.
Yeah, yeah. I thought I was saying "good girl" to Tamori. They're barbed. They're barnacled. They look gnarly. Like they've. It looks like they've been used to carve through rock. They look like they're worn out, but they're still very jagged, very pointed. And the moment it sees this bright light from the Shugenja, you hear. I don't know if you've ever lockjawed yourself and you open your mouth and you hear that snap from the ligament. You hear that echo through the cavern as its jaw unhinges and it
Oop.
lets out a roar, and then you hear it again as it reclamps the jaws onto the little socket, and it shoots towards them.
No.
Hey, do you want to interfere?
No, he said no.
No. Before it does that, before it even has a chance to react,
Mhm.
I'm going to freaking.
I'm sorry, storyteller. I know you had a story, but that's not fucking right.
No. It moves. It moves
No.
to attack, and suddenly I come out of nowhere. Okay, so how many raises do I get for catching it completely by fucking surprise?
So it's gonna be in an Iaijutsu roll.
Yes.
I am gonna keep it with reflexes.
Okay.
You get a free one from your school, no?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll give you another free one.
Okay, so I have 2.
Yeah.
And then I don't feel my air kami anywhere around me, right?
You don't.
Fuck. So I miss out on one there. So I have 2. Okay, I'm just gonna go for extra damage using both
Okay.
raises.
Well, so you don't want to raise your own raises for anything.
I'm gonna
Because what is your roll?
right
Your
now it's 4. It's 5 keep 3.
7 keep 3.
Oh, why? Oh yeah,
Because
that's true.
your Iaijutsu is 4.
Yeah. So it's 7 keep 3.
It's not bad.
I will do one more raise.
Okay. So to raise
And
its
I'm gonna,
TN to be hit by 5.
yeah, and I'm gonna throw it all on damage.
Okay.
If oh wait a minute, hold on. Screw that. No, I'm gonna go for 2.
Okay, so you're gonna raise its TN to be hit by 10.
Yes,
Are
and
you
I'm going to behead it.
okay?
I'm doing a
So
called
you
shot.
called shot, so that's gonna be eat up 3 of your
Yep.
raises. So you still have one more free raise or a raise floating around. So you can do it for an extra rolled damage dice.
Extra roll damage dice.
Okay.
Okay, so how many am I rolling then?
So you're in your melee weapon tab right now.
Yeah.
So
I'm looking at it.
yeah, so I think if you hit the
emphasis, because I'm using katana.
yeah, so yeah, it would be the top one, the katana Iaijutsu with reflexes.
Yeah. So wait a
So
minute.
just roll the emphasis one. Because the raises don't do anything to your dice.
Okay, but didn't I add roll one keep one because I beat them on initiative?
Oh. Yeah, I'll roll that here on my own.
Okay, good. Okay, I'm doing the roll then.
Okay.
18.
Okay.
And then add the extra roll one keep one.
I rolled a 5, so that puts you at 23.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
What is she doing?
It is just enough with the plus 10 to hit.
Hold on.
Yep.
Maybe.
Oh.
I guess it's good that I'm taking care of Agurro since we're in a puddle of water.
I have to keep an eye on this bugger. She's very
Yep.
dangerous.
She's
Okay,
very
so
dangerous.
very dangerous. She finds it. She finds everything everywhere. Like very dangerous.
Hmm.
And she's teething, so she'll bite everything.
I don't know if that's the right word. I don't.
So so I hit.
Mhm.
So it's 5, keep 3 damage.
5, keep 2. I rolled it already for you.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. You did 23 points of damage. You shoot forward as this thing lunges towards your associates, and as you bring your sword down at it, you see the arm that is coming out of where its ear should be just kind of come up defensively and put itself almost like a triangle. And as you come down, you carve into it, but not a big chunk. Like you carve into the bone that's right here, but that's as far as you get.
Okay, damn it.
And then the arm just reflexively extends itself to bat you away, and you slide back into the water. The cavern is illuminated by a much darker green as you see the Isawa shoot out a jade strike almost reflexively in her fear of this thing, and as it comes in contact where the shoulder of this thing joins the carapace, um, there is this massive explosion of chitin, skin, and this flesh and muscle, and there's just this in the reflection of the orange and red and yellow of her still feeding her fire kami, excuse me, the emerald and kind of sapphire of the lichen above you, it almost looks purplish, like the blood is this purple black star field of a night sky that just kind of shoots out of it like a Akira Kurosawa movie, and it hits the lion and the who else is with you?
The lioness is Shigenja or no?
No, the lion I believe is a samurai.
Okay.
Um,
We have Soshi coming down too. Yeah.
yep, and Soshi's in the back.
How many people in total?
I believe there was one representative of each clan.
Yes. Well, the scorpion's not here, so.
I mean, the
No.
Soshi
Yes, but Soshi's there.
in the back.
Okay.
Mm. So the lion. Who else would we say is there?
I thought she was about to go to sleep.
Yeah. Yeah. So the lion and the Isawa both take the spatters of the blood on their clothing,
Mm-hmm.
and where
Sure,
it
they'll love that.
lands, where it lands, you see the blood eat up the cloth, and immediately hit their skin, and it blackens the skin instantly, and you see the veins start to spread out from where it hits.
Uh-oh.
You see both of them just start to convulse, and the lion starts to vomit this bile and blood mixture. The flame in the Shugenja's hand snuffs out as this poisonous blood eats its way through her body. But the crab creature gives out another roar and immediately leaps up back into the tunnel and retreats.
Well, if there are 3 of these things, What is we gonna do?
Okay. Wow. That sucked.
Yeah, so our lion and the other one went down.
Are they dead?
They're dying.
Put him in the water! Sorry, I didn't mean to shout. Put him in the water.
I grabbed them and put them in the water.
The the moment that they get placed in the water, you see that whatever calming effect this has, whatever healing effect this has, is only for the Naga.
Oh well.
Ah!
What was that idea?
The moment that you place them in the water, the lion kind of looks at you strangely.
I wash off the acid as much as I can.
He looks at you strangely, and then as he's about to kind of point out where he got hit, the whole body just becomes obsidian.
He becomes obsidian?
He becomes obsidian, and right after, as the Isawa kind of looks in shock, her body turns into obsidian.
That explains the obsidian body parts we saw at the altar.
So that's not great.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, I'm going to use my spellcraft with my perfect memory. See if I ever freaking read this before.
Okay.
Wait, I also have. Hold up. Wait.
Hold up.
I also have
Wait a minute.
I have lore. I have lore in Shugenja and theology. Which one would be more helpful, Peter?
What do you have? Theology and
Shugenja.
Shukenja.
Because that's my school.
Probably Shukenja.
All right, I'm gonna roll it.
Okay.
Do I know any of this shit? I got a 20.
20.
I studied sometimes.
Not a bad roll.
Not at all.
And 15 for Doji. And Tamori, as this happens, and you see Doji kind of start to go into his mind palace to try and figure out whatever Doji does when he goes in there. You remember there was talk of a ritual when someone wants to spread taint, they ground up obsidian.
Mm-hmm.
Is the easiest way to spread Shadowlands taint. But the amount that it would take would make it impossible to farm unless
you could turn people into obsidian.
You can turn people into obsidian.
Mm-hmm.
And so one of the most heinous acts of Maho Tsukai, of blood magic, is the ability to turn body parts into obsidian. The fact that an entire body got turned into obsidian after exposure to this thing's blood is a very frightening thing for you, I think.
Awesome.
Pete, you remember a very similar passage talking about how there are ways to sacrifice body parts in an altar to turn into obsidian so that you have ways to farm it. Normally, the Mahosukai would take other people's body parts to convert into obsidian, but if you use your own, you get much more of a bigger bounty. You've never seen it on a scale like this.
So I'm shitting myself.
Done effortlessly without a spell. It's just a blood that did it. Wait a minute. Using the lantern, I look at my katana.
The blade is melted.
What the-
That little crescent chunk of his arm ate away the blade.
So I'm gonna say,
So I walk over and I pick up the blade of the lion because my blade's worthless now. Besides, I have to bring the blades back to their family. So I pick up the lions and I pick up the phoenix.
The phoenix has a wakizashi because she
I
is a
pick up the
shugenja.
Wagasachi of the phoenix.
Yep.
I'm gonna use the lion's katana for now. At least if I could take down the monster that killed him with it. Yeah. We need
there's
to
no.
get need to get the Nagas out of here and get the hell out of here.
We cannot get the Nagas out of here. It's just not possible. First of
What?
all, Agurro's fucking down.
Shit.
Agurro's down. We need to take care of him first. We lost 2 fucking members. Soshi's still fucking lagging behind, sucking dick. I don't know. I think what we need to do is cut our losses and fucking go.
So mean to him.
Because because
You carry him.
you're not gonna reach, you're not stealthy enough, and you're not gonna pick the locks.
I'm not.
Stop it.
You carry him, and let's start backing out with the 2 Nagas we've saved.
The 2 Nagas left.
Oh, they already left?
Yeah, they left.
If you look around,
Oh,
they're
they
gone.
went to hide and shot. Okay, I know they went to hide.
Yeah, if you look around, they're gone.
Okay.
We can come back. We'll make a plan. I'll put it in my agenda. But we gotta go right now.
Come back.
We're gonna need very specific magic for this.
We are.
Okay,
And
you start carrying Agurro out, and I will walk. Like you walk, and I'm walking behind you. So if they come up behind us, I could. Yeah.
I lift him, and I fireman lift him.
Yep.
And I make sure to let out a. Jeez. And then.
By the way, I look at you and I go, "What happened to him in here never happened." Do you have
Tamari
an
does not.
understanding?
That he's afraid of snakes?
No, the seizure. It never happened.
If you say so.
Okay, go. By the way, this is the first time you've ever seen me willing to lie.
Mm-hmm.
Ever.
Yeah.
Aye, Captain.
But as you go running up the slope, with the doji kind of keeping his eye on your 6 just to make sure nothing comes up behind you, you come up on the Soshi, who has kind of poured himself a little cup of sake and is just kind of gingerly.
So ready to slice him in half.
Is he sitting like in the waterfall, or like where is he?
No, he is still
Like outside.
No, he's coming down the ramp, but he's coming down very slowly, very nonchalantly. He's got a little lantern that he has lit himself.
I literally, as I'm carrying, I have one hand and I just like turn him around and push him up. And then if he says anything, I go, shh.
The moment he's about to say something, he stops himself. He immediately grabs the back of his head and shows you that there is nothing there.
Mm-hmm.
And as you are going up back towards the waterfall, I think this is a good point to call it for tonight.
Alrighty.
Dude, I don't know how the hell we're gonna fight these things.
Well, we got two out of 6, and then Agurro's scared of snakes, and then there's a crab thing now, so we're gonna have a good time.
In retrospect, I shouldn't have been greedy going for the 1 kill. I should have gone for all damage.
It happens. But as always, thank you guys for being a part of this. Thank you to the audience for joining us on this adventure. Before I go into the channel outro, please let's do what we've been doing. Let's give everybody a chance to shout out whatever they're doing, whether it be on the internet or in real life. So Ray, what are you up to? Where can people find you?
People can find me on Instagram at Ray of Moonlight, and that will be where anything interesting ever is. So have a good time with that.
Excellent. And P, what are you up to? I know that we've had to kind of shift gears because of the whole OGL debacle. Has that
They released the OGL and Creative Commons. At
Yep.
least 5th edition Arcanus is safe.
perfect?
But we did announce that I'm working on the 2nd edition of Rotted Capes.
Excited to play that when that goes into
Oh,
playtesting.
for sure. I wanna run a game for you guys because that game is fun. And definitely I want to do a live playtest of it. Basically, it's turned into a interesting hybrid of 5th edition and the original system.
Okay.
So so far it's turning out to come out. It's coming out really nice. I'm very happy with it.
I'm excited. I'm excited. But yeah, thank you guys for being a part of this. I hope you guys are having a good time with the story. Thank you for being an audience member of the audience. As always, I want to thank everybody for being a part of this. Please take care of yourselves. We take mental health very seriously here on the channel. Please know that it is okay to not be okay, and that mental health is part of our general health. So you shouldn't feel like it's a stigmatized or taboo subject matter. Um, Everyone's gonna have bad days. Everyone's gonna have issues that they need to work out, and there sometimes it means going through a door that needs to be opened and accepted from our past, and sometimes it means reaching out and asking for help. There's no shame in it. We are not islands, and we are definitely made up of the friends that we have made along the way. So there are phone numbers if you're watching live in our Twitch chat. They'll be in the description box if you're watching on YouTube. And there's also a link in case you're not in the United States, so you can find the resources to help you out in the places that are closest to you around the world. As always, we are here Monday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. Mondays, you can find our Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition game. It's a dual storyline following a Camarilla coterie and an Anar coterie. Tuesdays revolve with either L5R, like you saw today, Legend of the Five Rings, or Werewolf the Wild West. And one of these faces definitely comes back for that. And then every other Thursday, we have started a 7th Sea campaign, which is fantastically fun. And I think not at all what one of our players was expecting to get into, as things got really dark really quickly this first episode. But if you want to catch up on that, you can check us out on YouTube. But as always, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we'll see you when we see you. Have a good night, guys.